Hey everybody, today is May 10th, and today I want to talk about the price of Dogecoin, and I want to talk about why Dogecoin crashed over the weekend. Now before we begin this discussion, please read the disclaimer and you can pause this video as you read it. Okay, so if you watched my video last week, this crash should not be a surprise, right? I talked about how most of the movement in Dogecoin over the last year has basically been because of Elon Musk, right? When Elon Musk talked about Dogecoin, he made this joke, and when Elon Musk finally accepted Bitcoin as payment for Tesla, people thought that, oh my god, he might do something with Dogecoin, right? And every time Elon Musk mentions Dogecoin, even if it's just a joke, right? Like this one was Elon posting a picture of like a dog looking at the moon or whatever. He said like Doge looking at moon, and so you see these huge moves, and but of course there's always going to be like traps in the market, right? Every time there's easy money, because everybody's making easy money right now who bought Dogecoin early this year. I mean, look at this, incredible, nearly 10,000% just year to date, which is insane, right? But I talked about how this could lead to some market traps because the smart money comes in and they know they can take advantage of newbies who don't know what they're doing, and they FOMO into events that they think is going to pump, right? The last time we talked about this was 420 day, which was over here, right? 420 or Doge day. People thought that this was going to pump like crazy, but what happened was we had to sell the news event, because what happened was the pump already happened. It happened leading up to it, right? All these expectations of a pump were already priced in by the time that 420 happened. And on that day and the days following it, we saw the price plunge, right? We saw the price plunge over 50%. And then in my last video, I talked about how, well, it already happened, but I talked about how Elon Musk was going to host SNL, which happened this previous Saturday. My last video being last week before SNL event, I talked about how on that Saturday you have to be careful because we already saw something happen. This similar happened on Doge Day. We might see a sell the news event where the pump that everyone expecting is already priced in leading up to the pump, right? And this could end up being a sell the news event, and that's exactly what happened. We saw the price basically move down, right? Not nearly as bad as here, but still, pretty bad. 42% at the bottom for now, at least. I mean, it looks like it could be going down even more, right? Like following what we saw on Doge Day. So this is why you have to be careful. Of course, when everyone's making money, there's always going to be sharks in the water who are going to try to take that money away from you, right? Now the SNL event, I did watch some of it. It honestly was not that interesting to me. It wasn't. I mean, it had its moments, but for the most part, it wasn't really that fun. I felt like the script wasn't really that good. But Elon Musk, I felt like he was having fun with the role. So, all the power to him. He had fun. He actually did a pretty good job with his improv and stuff like that. So, it was great to see Elon have a lot of fun and stuff like that, because he's obviously working really hard with Tesla and SpaceX, and sometimes he looks very stressed. So it was cool to see Elon kind of kick back a little bit and just have some fun. So all the power to him. However, the whole SNL thing it wasn't very educational. I don't think anybody who didn't know anything about Dogecoin would suddenly buy Dogecoin just watching SNL. And I think that's part of the reason why Dogecoin went down as well, besides the whole like being priced in leading up to the event. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing was like he basically called Dogecoin like a hustle, right? But we don't know like what that could be, like a joke, or whether like I don't know how people are gonna take that, like, because a lot of people, they think cryptocurrency is a scam. So if he says that's a hustle, then is that gonna confirm a lot of people's suspicions? I don't know. Obviously people who like Dogecoin are gonna keep buying Dogecoin, but is this going to bring new money in? Because we can't just keep relying on people who are already in Dogecoin, right, to keep the price going up. We need new people coming in. So if people think Dogecoin is, like, as Elon Musk says, is a hustle or a scam, or if they don't understand it, eventually that money might dry up, and we might see it kind of go sideways for a while, or perhaps come down, right? And now the interesting thing about this is that the next day, on Sunday, Elon Musk basically said that they're accepting Dogecoin to be paid for payloads, right? He's going to launch a satellite called Doge 1 next year, 2022. Mission paid for in Doge, first crypto in space, first meme in space, to the moon, right? Here's the article on CNBC. Elon Musk SpaceX will launch Doge 1 mission to the moon in the first quarter of 2022, accepting the meme-inspired cryptocurrency and it's going to it's going to be a 40 kilogram cube satellite flying as a payload on a Falcon 9 rocket, right? So essentially what they're going to do is you can pay with Dogecoin to have your payload delivered into space, is what I believe they're doing. Now the problem with that is like, how many people who have Dogecoin are actually going to do that, right? Because there's a difference between Elon Musk accepting Bitcoin as payment for Tesla, right, and possibly Dogecoin. But for now, he hasn't confirmed that or anything like that. So, because the thing is, like, a lot of people, they can use Bitcoin to buy Tesla, and they have to use Bitcoin as a way to pay for at least a down payment for the initial deposit, right? Or not the down payment, the initial deposit for Tesla. But how many people are actually going to use this service? Like, how many like regular people who have Dogecoin are actually going to need to like pay for a payload, right? So I don't think that this is going to, I don't know, it just seems like something that the average person might not really care about. So I don't know if that's going to bring in a lot of money. Like, if Dogecoin bring a lot of new money into the space. Now, this would be a different story if Elon Musk accepted Dogecoin as payment for like Tesla. That's totally different. I think that would have definitely pumped the price up. But I think that the market is sort of shrugging this news off because it really is like, it's just something that not a lot of people are going to are going to use, right? So I think that's part of the reason why we're starting to see Dogecoin slump a little, right? The news was announced somewhere over here, and the price has just gone down since. So yeah, and I just want to end this video talking about where I think the price might be going, and where, like, if you're still interested in buying, where some of the risks you want to talk about. Like, in this last video, I talked about how we've seen similar price action as we've seen in the 2017 bull market, right? In 2017, we had a huge pump up, right? In early this year, and right here, and then we saw a huge crash in the summer. But we found support on our weekly short-term moving average on the 50 simple moving average, the silver line, and then we saw the price go up with Bitcoin and the other altcoins as the bull market progressed and intensified through the remainder of 2017, right? And of course, the bear market in 2018. Now, something very similar is happening, right? We're seeing a huge move up. The question is, are we going to follow 2017 and see this thing come down in the summer before pushing up higher as Bitcoin possibly goes up higher beyond 100,000 by the end of this year, right? And if you look, we talked about this in the previous video, that if this thing does come down, it might touch this moving average here before consolidating, moving higher. Moving average is right here. So we actually have quite a bit of a way to come down. So this is just something to keep in mind. I'm not saying this is going to happen and we're going to have like an 80% crash or anything. Although last time this thing came down, we actually did have, an 80% crash. But it is a possibility, right? It is a possibility. And also, I want to end this video talking about, like, if you really do want to buy Dogecoin, I would wait until this moving average, the short-term moving average, comes down and the price comes down to touch it, at least, right? Now, I'm not saying that you have to buy it at that point. Of course, you always have to, this is not financial advice, this is just entertainment. Always make your own decisions, always do your own due diligence, right? I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, but if we just look at the technicals, right, it seems that every time Dogecoin makes an impulse move, consolidates for a while, when it comes down to touch this moving average, comes down to touch this moving average over here and over here, that seems like a good time to buy. So I would just be patient. If you're looking for an entry, wait for this moving average to touch again, consolidate for a while. That doesn't mean you necessarily have to buy, right? You wanted to look at the fundamentals, assess the situation. Has anything improved, right? Is the price of Bitcoin going up higher? Because if the price of Bitcoin comes down, then that's probably going to bring Dogecoin down with it as well. So, of course, that is just something to look at if you're looking for an entry. And yeah, that's Dogecoin for now. We're probably going to continue down lower and eventually find a bottom. But the question is this going to continue sideways? Or are we going to have another catalyst that moves up higher, right? For now, I think a lot of that rests on what Elon Musk does, because it seems like Elon Musk is driving a lot of this market. So if he continues to update with Doge, if he actually accepts Dogecoin as payment for Tesla, that can actually drive the price higher. So we'll definitely have to wait and see and let the price action develop and wait to see if there's any more news from Elon Musk. And I'll definitely update you guys if there is any more interesting things going on in the price action or the news going forward. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, helpful, informative, please like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe for updates. I appreciate your support. Thanks again, and have a great day.